Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fight fans. We are live with ESFL 155. I am your host, Frank No Stream. I'm joined in the booth by my man, Boiler. How's it going this morning, Boiler?
I'm excited for some virtual violence here, Frank. Glad to have you back in the booth, buddy.
Hey, always great to be here. Always great to be joined by great friends like yourself. And, man, just happy to be back in the booth. And like you said, we got a great day of virtual violence. 10 amazing fights coming at you guys. Let's go ahead and... Why waste any time, Boiler? Let's just get right into the pageantries. Let's show the fight card real quick. We're going to be starting things off today. We've got CIA Webcam taking on Ginger Ninja in our opener. We've got Ken Muir taking on Sicko. JC21 versus KM Fonty in the third fight of the evening. Zay's going to be taking on BFAT Mixups. BFAT Trixie's going to be taking on Ali. We've got Conte taking on Scarface. And then, man, the stretch of all stretches, right? We've got Zayaf versus EK Warrior. We've got Dirty Dave versus Easy Work. We've got Frosty versus Winner XJ. Man. And then our main event of the evening, we got Fadanator taking on CW Yerda. And like I said, man, it's going to be a fantastic day of fights. Bangers top to bottom. What's jumping out at you right now, Boiler? What fights are you most excited for just on first glance?
Man, you got to go with the title fight. First title fight of UFC 5. First official title fight ESFL for UFC 5. Gotta look at that as really what everyone's looking forward to. But I will say this: we have 3 fights, meaning 6 competitors where they're undefeated, and we also have 1 loss Zayaf versus 1 loss EK Warrior. So that's 4 like just incredible fights at the top of the card. But even the prelims are pretty well put together. But I mean, the belt's on the line. That's got to be the fight we're looking forward to the most, you know.
Absolutely, man. Anytime you bring some gold into the equation, everybody's eyes get, just a little bit shinier, right? Everybody just gets perked up. It's just that much more intrigue. And I'm looking forward to getting into it, man. So what do you say we kick things off? We're going to go ahead and go take a look at Ginger versus Webcam. And it looks like these gentlemen are ready to go. Looks like they're going to be fighting in the welterweight division. It looks like we've got Leon Edwards taking on Shavkat Rakhmonov. And what do you expect from this fight, Boiler?
Well, both these guys are 0-2. They don't want to get cut. I'm not saying they're going to get cut if they go 0-3, but you're definitely in the danger zone if you're 0-3. Anyone can get cut in the ESFL if you're 0-3. You got to be worried about that. So both 0-2. Webcam, of course, ESFL Live Vegas vet. And the one and only Ginger. I don't know who's going to win this one, to be honest. I'm a little biased. But I'm a commentator, so I got to put that away, Frank. And just
no, it's fine. It's fine.
As we see it. Let's go.
It's okay, Boiler. You can let a little bit of bias through. I can't talk this morning. It's just you and me. Nobody's listening. Who are you biased towards?
I'll tell you this. We already got a demerit for no sound on this one. So Mr. Webcam, who I'm actually biased towards, that's who I'm biased towards. Because Webcam, ESFL staff, and I got to meet him in Vegas. It was awesome. But he's streaming and there's no sound. But we got to keep bringing the excitement anyway, Frank.
No sound, but plenty of fireworks starting off. Both these gentlemen quick to exchange in the pocket, hands flying on both directions. Lots of nice straights, lots of nice hooks landing, and a huge left hand there by Edwards, and another right hook up top. And now you've got Shavkat trying to return fire and figure out the timing and the rhythm. Both these guys wasting little time in the getting to know you stages here, Boiler.
I guess my question is Webcam gonna try to take this to the ground, any dirty boxing or takedowns, or is he just gonna stand and bang? So far, standing and banging, and that makes it a pretty even matchup on the feet.
Absolutely, but so far he's already, starting to get a little bit of the injuries and the swelling going up top just from that constant pressure that Edwards is putting on him. Ginger's doing a great job of getting his shots off, getting out of range, and then staying right back on the attack. He's getting out of range, but not taking the pressure off, if that makes any sense. He's doing a great job of placing his feet where they need to be, where he can strike and not be struck.
It's all about footwork, man. Distance management is huge. Of course, you need head movement. You need to be able to block, but it's that distance management and footwork that really makes a difference.
And naturally, as we're talking about his defense and footwork, he takes a nice, huge straight from Rakhmonov, but once again, trying to fire back with that head kick and the elbow, both just missing a home, as did that Superman punch. Oh, but that right hand found the mark.
Big shot. I'm not one to question the fighters because they're definitely a lot better than me. I just got to wonder, standing up as Rakhmonov versus Leon Edwards is just really tough. I kind of want to see Webcam mix it up. He hasn't even tried to take down yet.
Yeah, you would think it would be a prudent strategy, right? A minute and a half left in the round, maybe at least try it out. That way, even if it doesn't go the way you want it to, you've still got time to try and recover the round. But you've got a fighter as well-rounded as Rakhmonov is. Why not try and take things to the ground, maybe get into the clinch, just mix some things up, explore the other facets of the fight game.
Definitely put him against the cage. Just mess with his head a little bit, even if you're not scoring too many points. Webcam's doing some good work, though. This is a pretty even fight. I feel like the damage is pretty even. The stats relatively even. Webcam's down on the stamina so far, though.
Yeah, and Ginger's doing a great job right now of working the body and making sure he can keep that stamina advantage. And I like that. He feinted the body kick because he has landed it a few times already. Now he's got Webcam looking for it. Look for him to go up high with that later on in the fight, Boiler.
Caught him with a nice little elbow, cheeky little elbow, what Bay might say. That was good work there. I'm going to have to give this round to Ginger right now. Look at the damage. He definitely has hurt the eye more. It was close. It was close, but I'm giving it to Ginger.
I think I would agree with you on that one, Boiler, and they're going to take a look at the stats for us, so Genders. It is razor thin. Both guys landing 18 significant strikes, and I believe the edge was 38 to 33 in total shots landed, but the percentage was, very similar. A very close fight through one
Pretty
round,
low
Boiler.
percentages. Good defense on both, or sloppy offense. I'm not sure.
Hey, low column A, low column B, right?
For
Oh
sure,
my
for
goodness,
sure.
but good defense on display from Webcam right there, able to slide and avoid all those shots in the pocket. Able to land an uppercut, but eats a left hand for his troubles.
Webcam's right eye is closing. He keeps getting caught by that rear hook. It's not at doctor stoppage level yet, but they may check it soon. He's got to stop taking those shots to that right eye.
Yeah, it's absolutely something he's going to have to worry about. And now, Ginger's doing a good job mixing in that right hook. So now he's got the front eye swollen, but now he's just in all kinds of trouble. He's getting hit, but a good spinning elbow may be able to... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that was a nice shot, that spinning elbow.
Yeah, able to stem the pressure just a little bit. But still, Ginger's right on top of him, trying to break through that block. But a good uppercut. Once again, he's landing some good shots when he's got his back up against the wall, and he's able to keep himself relatively out of danger. But for how long? Because Ginger's doing very well with the striking so far. And there it is. Exactly.
Beautiful
Webcam.
I love it. I love it. There's my bias right there. I sound like Dominic Cruz or something, but
it's all good,
right? That was a nice takedown. He needed that bad. He's just accumulating too much damage. He's starting to fall behind the curve, and you didn't need that, though.
It was a well-timed takedown, just to, like you said, change things up. He'd been taking a lot of damage on the feet, but now in a less than advantageous position on his back, but able to get things back to full guard, trying to get some of those shots to build up that grapple advantage, and Edwards able to just posture up and move into half guard, passing through like butter.
Yeah, no, that was great work by Ginger, not only on that reversal there, I guess a sweep there, but also playing on the ground might not be a good idea with an armbar attempt here.
Yeah, now we've got Rakhmonov working for that submission, but doesn't look like he's quite able to get it. Still fighting for it.
He stuffed him.
Now he's going for it again. Now Ginger doesn't have stamina. This doesn't look great, but able to flow and roll over on top. Now he's got him in side control.
I gotta wonder if that was a mistake there by Webcam. He had the total stamina advantage, alpha denial. He could have locked that armbar in. I'm pretty darn sure.
Could have, but he didn't. So now we're looking at Edwards on top in side control, and not side control, half guard rather. Sorry, but now back in the full guard, trying to avoid danger. But once again, Edwards able to posture up, slide into that half guard. And now he's got the full mount, so this is a very dangerous situation. But again, Rakhmonov able to get back to half guard, and he's doing a good job of stopping Edwards from putting too much damage on him, but still losing control time. And you got to be thinking losing the round as well, right? Whenever you're in a situation
stamina
like this.
Too.
Exactly. Now Edwards going for that arm triangle, able to get into the side control. Is he able to sink it in? Not quite yet.
There you go. He's putting that squeeze on like Ortega yesterday.
Man,
he survives though. He wasn't. No, he did get it. He did.
He was able
went down. You know what's more dangerous about that, Frank? Is he lost some stamina because of that.
Really?
He only lost about a third of his submission, so he's not going to get subbed unless it happens 2 more times. But even worse, he lost some of that stamina. He already had a deficit. That's a big problem for Webcam.
Absolutely. Now going into the starting final, and that right eye looks horrendous. He's going to have to defend that with everything he's got. If we don't look at it right here first. But no, it looks like they're going to let him fight, going to let him continue. But yeah, no, that eye is looking grotesque. And he's got to make sure he can keep the defenses up, while also you got to swing for the fences because you could potentially be down 2 rounds here, Boiler.
He threw a Superman punch and landed square. Webcam, good shot there. Busted up Edwards' nose a little bit.
And that nose is going to, play a part. He's going to have trouble breathing. Although, here in the third and final, he's already got the stamina advantage. I wouldn't look for that to affect him too much, but we'll see what happens here.
Good point. It is 3-rounder. If this is a 5-round fight, it'd be a whole different story, but only 3. But regardless, Webcam's got to go all out. Probably got to assume he lost both rounds.
And he eats a beautiful 3-piece from Edwards, gets followed up with 2 shots to the body. Great slips there to keep him from going all the way out, though, Boiler.
That was great defense. He tried to follow up with an elbow, but he was too hurt to be able to land it effectively.
Yeah, and Edwards is once again continuing the onslaught. Ginger's doing a great job being judicious with his pressure. Keeping it up, but also not burning himself out and not putting himself in too bad of a position where he can, eat these counters. I say he gets smashed by a pretty big right hand. That said, they're landing on the block, and he's been able to do a good job keeping his block health up. Nice 1-1-3 there.
And Webcam's still in this, and he's gotten some good shots in there. He needs like some sort of, I'm not going to say a lucky shot, but he just needs something to land where he can follow up with ground and pound and maybe get a finish on the ground, like, just kind of pull one out. The last second, big shot there, exactly. If he can get him on the ground, he might get that GNP finish with Rachmanov. So he just needs that one knockdown.
He was looking for it with the uppercuts, not quite able to put him down, and Ginger's doing a great job of staying in his face, keep giving him so much to think about, right? Because that left hand is always coming, but he's also doing a great job of mixing things up. He's throwing good jabs that are landing. He's mixing things up with that lead hand hook, as well as just that left hook has been money this entire fight, Boiler.
It has been. And honestly, Webcam can't back out because at this point, look how red his health indicator is. If he gets space between them, they might stop this fight. So he's got to stay on them. Not to mention he's losing the fight with 1.5 minutes to go. Let's see what he tries to pull out here, except he gets caught coming in.
Yeah, eats a huge left straight, but gives an elbow back on the return. Now Edwards is rocked.
Webcam's
both guys seem able to recover for now.
He's pulling out everything he's got, but is it enough? I don't know, man. Ginger's great shot by Ginger.
Yes, it is. Beautiful my goodness. Wonderful shot there at the end, that right hook. And that was just at the end of a fantastic flurry that he had thrown. I feel like his striking was on point for the majority of the fight there, Boiler. But at the end specifically, you really got to see just how locked in he was, and Ginger able to get a great knockout off of that right hook. Do we get another look at it? No, we don't. Okay. Sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles, Boiler. Go ahead.
Right. That was a super fun fight, even without the sound. I had a lot of fun. It was really competitive, back and forth, a lot of damage. Really, I think the difference was Ginger and his ability to not only survive on the ground, but actually he made the ground work for him, and he got in a submission attempt in, pretty much locked it in enough to do some damage. He was the one who got a reversal. He really, maybe that's why Webcam wasn't coming after him on the ground in round 1, because Ginger's very slick on the ground. And then obviously with Edwards, he was just putting in some great work. Super fun fight though, man.
Absolutely.
I love that one. That was a great way to start, Frank.
It was. It almost kind of felt like you could feel the momentum shift once Webcam got him to the ground, and then Ginger was able to reverse position and get back to the top. Yeah. That was kind of the beginning of the end, it almost seemed, because that's when he was really getting into his flow, and everything he was trying seemed to be working. But hey, that's nothing to hang your hat on if you're Webcam. Still a great performance.
Yep.
And a lot of fun. Great way to start things off. So now we're going to move on to the second fight. This one is going to be, let me look at my notes. Sorry, it's going to be Ken Muir taking on Sicko. And what do you have for us in the scouting report on these gentlemen, Boiler?
All right, so on the left it says Makatana. That's actually Sicko, aka Dex Premacy. So we're not sure exactly who he is, but we're calling him Sicko. All right, he's not sure who he is either, apparently. But Sicko, aka Dex, aka Mac. He's a top champ in the VFL, one of the affiliate leagues with good friends at ESFL. He likes to wrestle, but he can strike, especially if he needs to get some space from some counter fight or some pressure fighters. Also, 0-1, lost to Fonty last week. Ken Muir, he lost in his debut a couple weeks ago as well, ESFL 153. So looking to get that first dub.
Yeah, both these guys trying to get off the snide, and I always feel like that's whenever some fighters at their most dangerous, right? When they've got really nothing to lose and everything to prove. So we're going to see what we get here. We've got Sicko using Shevchenko in the white trunks, and we've got Grasso in the black being controlled by Ken Muir, and both starting things off heavy in the pocket, heavy with the boxing, a lot of hooks, a lot of jabs and straights being thrown. Both trying to find that early shot to put themselves at an advantage here, Boiler.
Yes, and there was a little controversy during the wrangling of this fight earlier this week. Gosh, I think it was Sicko who picked strawweight, or excuse me, women's flyweight. And long story short, Ken Muir was like, "Why the heck are we doing women's flyweight? I hate it." But that's how it goes. We do a coin toss in ESFL. You either get to pick the weight class or you get to pick first fighter selection, no mirror matches. So here we are, women's fly.
Here we are. And, you got to think if that's a strategic thing, but a huge left hook able to drop Sicko early on in this first round. Still 3.5 minutes left to work, Boiler. So this could be bad for Sicko at a very early juncture in this fight. Another left hook lands after a big right straight. And you can see
way
really
to start off by Ken Muir there, eh?
Yeah, Ken Muir is really trying to make these hooks count, and so far it's working out very well.
Getting in the pocket and unloading, and just a little too much. But big shot, nice spear
and
takedown.
A beautiful double leg right after it. That's fantastic work there to mix the martial arts, Boiler. Huge head kick to get her rocked, and then right afterwards with the double leg. Now you've got an advantageous position, 2.5 minutes to work, and now you've got the back sitting, and you've just got time here, Boiler. Nothing but time and opportunity. Both fighters just.
We've already seen some good damage, 2 knockdowns, and guess what? I like watching Grasso versus Shevchenko. That's a fun-ass matchup, so no complaints from me for this weight class, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no, not at all. Both fighters getting to it early, and like I said, minute 45 left. Shevchenko postures up and now is looking to land some big damage and getting some good strikes to fall through. Both hand strikes and a massive elbow. You can tell Ken Muir did not like that at all. Doing everything they can to avoid getting postured up on again, but here we are, and again the punishment raining down from Shevchenko. Great job to avoid those 3 hooks in a row, and now you got a chance to get out of there, get inside to half guard. I keep mixing those up, and now able to get things into sprawl, but you still got Shevchenko on top of you, and still working around, but Ken Muir able to get back into the full guard and try and just get a second to breathe, but Sicko's not giving it to him.
Right?
Oh, maybe he is.
Yep, back on water feet. Man, that was a good ground and pound earlier there. Finishing with the elbow, that was slick. That was nice.
Absolutely. Great strategic, way to get some damage in, whilst also keeping yourself out of danger. And now you've got the advantage on the feet because you've done that extra bit of damage, and the head kick drops Grasso. 7 seconds left, doing everything Ken Muir can to back up and survive the round, and able to do just that. But knockdowns on both sides here, Boiler. Oh my God!
Look at the damage. There's like 3 cuts at least. I think a busted lip, busted nose. That's like 5 pieces of damage on Grasso. Yeah. Holy cow. And remember, Grasso got the first knockdown off of that as Shevchenko came back strong, man.
Yeah, and it looks like that first knockdown woke Sicko up. And,
exactly.
He decided to turn this into a slasher flick real quick.
Nice
Another good takedown. And a good denial there. Now got a second, some grapple advantage.
Totally changing things around here. Going to the ground immediately. See what kind of jiu-jitsu they got here.
Yeah, but Ken Muir able to stand up. And both fighters patient, waiting to see what the other's going to try and do.
I swear that's super rare to see that, like in ranked, but these are top-level fighters who are patient, and sometimes they're just kind of waiting for each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice turning takedown, back cleanse. So that was beautiful work there.
And now 4 minutes to just sit inside control and pepper elbows. I mean, obviously, there's going to be more to it than that, but as long as... Okay, never mind. I was going to say, as long as he was able to get in that position, Sicko could just do, had the advantage there, could do what he wanted, but able to, Ken Muir able to get back to the feet and try and get some momentum back, because right now this round has been all Sicko so far, 2 minutes in. And continues to go that route with a huge left hook, has Ken Muir rocked, and he's just looking around. Oh, the elbow drops him.
Good work. Good work. This is violence. These ladies are really bringing the pain.
Absolutely. And you can see Ken Mears trying to find that counter shot, maybe see if he can catch Sicko, a little bit too aggressive. But so far, Sicko doing a great job of getting that offense off and not getting hit on the return.
Yeah, for sure. This is a fun matchup too, man. We're having some great fights tonight. And these are the guys on there who don't even have a win yet.
Exactly. So that tells you what the top of the card is really about. But goodness gracious, another left hand slides through. Able to survive that rock, but you got to think this. No, that was a great slip right there. I was going to say, right now, it looks like Ken Mears on borrowed time. I am having the hardest time talking this morning, bro.
That's all right. We got you, buddy. We got you. Big shot.
Huge uppercut to get the momentum back, and now a knockdown for Ken Mears. And another one.
Up kick. I love the up kick when you're unconscious. Perfectly placed every time.
Absolutely. Pinpoint accuracy. Goodness gracious, the mat looks like a paint store malfunction. I mean, it's ridiculous. They're leaking all over the place, and neither one is done. They're both just trying to get that final knockout shot. We still got 45 seconds left in this round, bro. I have no idea what's going to happen next, as Grasso is still rocked, probably about to get her own rock here in about 30 seconds.
I don't know if we're going to make it. I think it's like a coin flip, but we make it through this round. That's a big shot.
And that could be it, trying to get the follow-up shots. And able to finish this fight.
Man,
able to finish the fight.
Anyone could have cashed in easy on that live betting. Good finish, man. Wow, look at all that damage, but come out the victor. It's all good. Just makes for a good Instagram photo.
I guess. I wouldn't post that on mine, but that's just me, I suppose. But no.
You know how these fighters are?
A fantastic fight from both competitors, and I feel like that needs to be remembered whenever we're thinking about fight of the night later on, Boilers. So that's why I'm taking a second to just write this one down right now. Good. It's going to be Sicko versus that was Ken Mears. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's definitely worth consideration for fight of the night. Every second was packed. Had to have at least 6 knockdowns. Massive damage. I know, right? Maybe six knockdowns in one round and 4 in the other or something, for real. Super fun fight. It shows maybe women's flyweight can be exciting in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, right? Like if all the fights look like that, maybe we should go there more often.
Definitely. Good stuff. Frank. What we got coming up next, buddy?
Right, next fight, we've got JC21 taking on KM Fonty. Both these fighters are 1-1 right now, Boiler. JC actually lost to a late replacement and winner XJ, who's going to be fighting later on at ESFL 151. He was able to rebound with the win versus Capalot at the last Xbox event, which is 153. He's an aggressive, dirty scrapper. JC, just a fun fact, is our youngest ESFL champion to date, and he's now a crafty veteran. You know, back then we were all talking about the potential. Now he's trying to turn that potential into actual opportunities here in front of us, and we're going to see the evolution of those skills. But on the other side, we've got KM Fonty from the Kingsman camp. He's a former primetime champion, another one of the affiliate leagues. He lost to Keza at ESFL 151, was able to get that rebound. I'm so sorry. Who he got the win over is escaping me at the moment, but was able to get back into the win column. He's 1-1. He likes to fight simulation style. He uses high-level feints and setups, and his own quote, he actually uses his brain when he fights. Yes. So we're going to see just how cerebral he can be once we get things going here.
There we go. Actually use my brain. So Fonty is McGregor and JC21, a.k.a. THN MHJKO. I don't know what that is. Hopefully it's not obscene, but we'll see.
Can you even abbreviate that? Like how...
I have no idea.
JC.
I'm too old to know these things. I think maybe it's past my understanding. But I think we're gonna have a great fight here between McGregor and Edwards. That's a classic matchup. 100% stand-up war, buddy.
Yeah, both these guys really starting to utilize the kickboxing, both trying to find those teeps to the body. I love the teep to the body. It's just like, another jab opportunity, and also something that can, wear down that gas tank. If you're fighting somebody like a Conor McGregor, he's going to be explosive in the early rounds, but maybe if you can weather that storm and try and take some of the wind out of those sails later on, you might be able to, claw your way back into the fight. But that's a tall task whenever you're standing in front of a McGregor who's being controlled by somebody as skilled as Fonty, as both these guys are. Just Wow, a huge front kick right up the middle, catches Edwards right in the chin, makes me forget everything I was saying. It wasn't important anyway, Boiler.
No, it's important, my man. Now we got two southpaws fighting each other. Looks like Edwards got a little bit of that length advantage. He's the bigger guy for sure.
A little bit, but McGregor's coming in heavy with those combinations.
Oh yeah, man, he's got that power still at this weight class. Absolutely,
Mixing in the uppercuts as well as the hooks. You know, he's obviously throwing a lot of straights and jabs, but those hooks are coming early and often in these combinations.
definitely.
It
Whoever's
looks like
keeping track of the demerits out there will definitely score these guys negatively for no sound. I'll also say all competitors, make sure your stream sound is working, please. Thank you.
But also a huge uppercut from McGregor right there is going to rock Edwards. No sound, but doesn't matter. He's still got to figure out how to get out of this round. Minute 40 left as Edwards is now starting to fight back. And it looks like he might have been doing a bit of rope-a-dope here in the early going, Boiler, trying to get McGregor to use some of that energy, and he's just being patient and being defensive, trying to wait on his opportunity and getting some good hooks there, able to avoid that elbow coming back from McGregor because that had evil intentions behind it.
That
a huge body uppercut, and
right,
now he's rocking.
Basket, man. Oh, that hurt. That hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's looking to put that water in the basement early right now, Boiler, and we'll see if that investment pays off later on. But right now, it looks like it is because you can see a bit of a stamina discrepancy, and that's only going to get worse if this fight continues the way that it's going.
Absolutely, man. That was a beautiful uppercut right to the breadbasket. Stunned him, sapped that stamina. 20 seconds left in this round. Let's see if someone can finish with a flurry and really lock it in for themselves.
Right now, Edwards trying to set something up with that jab, throwing about 4 of them in a row, trying to get some damage on that block and then maybe come around with a round strike. But the defense of McGregor holds up, at least for now. We're able to get through that first round, but a very back and forth round. But I think, you got to give that one to JC just based on the merit of that huge body uppercut that did get that stun there.
Yeah, I believe Fonty was winning the first half of that fight, or it was darn close.
Mm-hmm.
He was using that speed and precision of McGregor, getting inside and then getting out, and good shot right there as an example. But that stun plus some other follow-up shot and overall damage, pretty close fight, but it looked like also sure. JC had more volume as well, like 100+ thrown with a decent amount landed. So I'll give it to him.
Yeah, we'll see. But again, Fonty trying to make that up quickly here at the start of round 2. Going right down the pipe with these straights. Almost able to land the uppercut. And then now he's trying to, mix things up and throw those hooks now. And just the mental games that are always at play in these high-level fights, Boiler. Somebody will come in and throw 4 or 5 jabs in a row, and then they come in and throw 6, 7 hooks in a row. So it's just, you've always got to be on point and wonder what's coming next. And I feel like that speaks to the defensive responsibility of JC to be able to, for the most part, avoid the largely damaging strikes.
A good point. Sometimes at the highest level, you just go back to the basics. Kind of comes full circle where you don't need anything fancy. Just throw a few basic strikes and you'll catch them up. So
yeah, as Sean Strickland,
it's all mind games for sure. Yeah, great point. Exactly. That's a great example. And if you have good fundamentals and play those mind games, you don't always have to be fancy.
But now we're starting to see JC extend some of those combos in the pocket. You're starting to see a lot more damage land at that block of McGregor, and you got to think that's just going to be something that he's trying to use to set up for later on when he can try and put a bow on this thing. But McGregor not going down easily, landing a lot of good uppercuts right there, and you can see he's just chipping away slowly but surely at the head health of JC. Exactly. These beautiful counters are landing.
He got like 4 in a row and knocked the head health more than halfway down, and then he got caught back. But I feel like Fonty might be winning right now, this round at least. I mean,
yeah, great slip into the straight right there. Another good slip. He's able to find these slips, and you got to think that's a little bit worrying for JC because that counter shot's going to start following it because he's starting to figure out the rhythm, starting to figure out the timing here, and now he's starting to land with that right hook. Oh, and an uppercut behind it, and now he's just trying to find the finish. Is he going to be able to get in here, Boiler?
Oh, man. Great defense by JC, but we got a turning of the tide with Fonty here. He's really coming on strong.
The onslaught's just continuing. Still a minute and a half left in this round. If you're JC, you got to think about taking this thing to the ground, right? Just to slow the pressure down because right now McGregor's rolling and he's got the momentum and it looks like he's got the rhythm and you got to do something to change it up right now.
I would think so. He's fallen into his traps.
Another slip
forward a little
uppercut.
too often, maybe.
And now, I mean, Edwards is there to be hit, able to survive for now, but the health is just getting worse and worse. But he's able to get a good slip straight there, and maybe that'll be something that can help turn the tide back in JC's favor.
Both of them are within an inch of being knocked down, so it could come down to the first person to get knocked down that could lose this very close round. I think Fonty was winning, but JC came on strong at the end, so this is a toss-up round in my book.
I think JC came on strong in the end of that round, but I feel like Fonty was just on top of it that entire round, able to do too much damage. He got quite a few stuns and rocks right there, and I think honestly he's in a position right now where he's looking to finish this fight here in round 3.
Well, Fonty says that he actually uses his brain, so let's see what kind of brain power he can bring to this and catch something. He's got to maybe try something new. Some sort of adjustment to the game plan in the third round.
Because right now it's been, that second round was a bit of one-way traffic. Fonty is just really finding that rhythm. But JC is doing a good job. Oh, but he gets caught there. Maybe a bit too predictable with the offense. And now that right hook able to get around the guard. Is he going to be able to finish it? Not quite. And now we've got JC back to his feet, just looking to survive. Still 4 minutes left in the fight. 4 minutes to make something happen for JC. Make no mistake, he's not out of this fight. There's still quite a bit of damage he's done to the head of Fonty, and 1 or 2 good, well-timed, well-placed shots, he's right back in this fight looking to take over. So you got to be careful if you're Fonty. You're looking for that finish, but you cannot end up getting too careless.
Great point. Absolutely, you can. He's feeling some momentum. He knows he probably needs a finish. And big
elbow. Yep. Oh my goodness! And the right uppercut just finishes it. That was Rock'em Sock'em. That was very fatality-esque. That right hand just found its home, took Edwards clean off his feet.
Yeah.
I mean,
got some airtime, man. Talking about Mortal Kombat, we were talking a little Mortal Kombat and Tekken before this. It's like, uppercut them off the bridge and then they fall all the way down to the spikes. Like, oh, I got some airtime on that.
Toasted.
Just there you go. Beautiful. I really like this replay of UFC 5. I think it looks pretty good. Super slow HD. Look at that blood. Holy cow.
Yeah, I was about to say the blood splatter is just, my goodness. Yeah, no, the replay system looks pretty solid, but fantastic fight from both fighters, and a great job by don't tell me. It wasn't JC. Great job by Fonty to get the win. Sorry, I'm bad with names, people. I apologize to you guys. But one thing I can do is write down Fonty versus JC in our fight of the night.
Super fun. That would be hard to oh man, if we had to pick between that and the last one we just saw, I don't know what I could pick. We still got like 6-7 more fights to go. So both of them are pretty damn even. We can't give K.O. fight of the night. So we're going to make a decision, but we got a lot more fights to go. But great work by both guys, and Fonty really sticking in there when it looked like the momentum was turning against him. Especially the low point of the fight for that was when he got caught by JC with that big rear uppercut to the belly. It looked like that could be really the start of the end, but it wasn't. Great comeback, great fight to both those guys. Look forward to seeing them both compete again this season for sure.
Absolutely, both of them will be back, and they'll have lots of eyes on their next fights. Speaking of next fights, let's move on to ours. We've got Zay taking on Mixups. Zay and Mixups are both 1-1. And what do you got for us, Boyle?
Let's start with Mixups. Actually, recently moved from Kingsman to BFAP. I know this because I had to change his name in all the scouting reports. So I'm not sure why or what happened there necessarily, but BFAP Mixups is now his official camp, it seems there. Of course, joining the likes of Trixie and Zayef and others. BFAP, one of the best camps out there for sure. So Mr. Mixups lost to Noeda. Hey, that's no slight. Noeda's a champ, at least in my heart. But he did come back and win at ESFL 153 against Prod. We're already fighting here. I'll talk about Zay here in a second, but lead us through this start here.
Yeah, all right. So we got Mixie starting things off with Edwards working in the hooks, trying to get a body teep, just get some of that space, utilize the kickboxing of Edwards, but he's catching some shots to the body from Usman on the return. Zay using Usman in the red trunks, eats a leg kick right there, and you got to think he's staying very close. You got to think it's just a matter of time before he starts mixing in that grappling, right, Boiler? As a huge uppercut lands for him.
It'd be a waste of an advantage to not use it to some degree, even if it's just to open up stand-up. Yeah, I know, right?
The first to engage in the grappling with the clinch. Not able to get much from it, but still an interesting change of pace. Both guys able to land hooks there in that exchange. Both guys swinging for the fences here early.
Yeah, Zay's chasing a little bit and was getting caught at the end of Mixie's strikes there, but you know, he also wants to bring the pressure, and he's doing some damage, so part of his game plan, he's got to take a couple to give a couple.
I think he's doing a solid job of keeping the pressure up, though, because he has been firmly in the face of Mixie the entire fight. But a nice pull counter is going to even things up. Mixie's now got the respect and the attention of Zay, I would say, so far. About halfway here through this first round. And you can see he's a bit slower with the pressure. He's not just charging in now. He's being a bit more calculated. And again, the clinch and the nice elbow on that break there, boy.
Yeah, very nice.
Huge
his
left hook up top.
Left hand and his left elbow are really connected.
Oh, but a massive question mark kick.
Is more like his knee almost, but hey, it's still hit.
Yeah, you got to think if that was at proper range and extension, he would be rocked or potentially worse. But as it sits, still able to open up potentially some swelling or a cut. Can't quite tell which. I think it's swelling. But either way, Mixie doing a good job here with these combos. Ending a lot of these combos with that lead hook and having some success with it. But a good turning takedown attempt there is countered by Edwards and able to keep this fight on the feet. A good pull counter attempt. But once again, dealt by Usman. Both these guys very defensively responsible, very good at slipping these shots and avoiding the counter from the other.
Absolutely. Both having some pretty good defense, but there's no lack of action. We're seeing a lot of strikes thrown, a couple takedown attempts. Great defense by Mixie on that turning takedown earlier, too.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see both guys thinking defensively, coming in there and matching slips real quick before firing back with their own offense. But Mixie able to land a good combination, a few good hooks in there, and a nice right hand as well. Woo! And now he's got him rocked, looking to try and maybe get the knockdown, but the moment passed. He's still, looking to make a statement here in this first round. 10 seconds left to go, Boiler.
Hey man, Usman's got good hands, but you just don't want to be standing the whole time against Edwards like that, because eventually he's going to catch up to you. But
and you're going to look like that.
Yeah, exactly. We were talking about take one to get one, but he's not wanting to get some more rear elbow counters right to that right eye. It's bleeding pretty bad and under the cheek as well.
Also on the nose, so he's going to have to be careful. Yeah, if I'm Zay's, yeah, exactly. If I'm in Zay's shoes, I'm trying to take this fight to the ground immediately to start round 2. But that's just me.
Got to try to do something, even if that's kind of clinch and then strike off the clinch to open up future takedowns. But it's so hard. I'm sure Mixie's ready for almost every single type of takedown. I'm sure he did a ton of takedown defense to prep for this fight. But hey, Usman with a great takedown. Good stuff there, Zay.
Yep, very well timed there from Zay. Mixie was starting to once again find a home for the combinations and now able to get back to his feet. They still got Usman in the back clinch and another beautiful takedown. Now he's got him inside control, but Edwards able to get into the north-south. Usman's got the backside position, looking to potentially take the back. But once again, Edwards able to get up and able to avoid that takedown and get out of the clinch, and now he's back in space with about a minute gone here in the round, Boiler.
Well, good effort by Zay. Better defense by Mixie. Even though he got taken down twice, he popped right up pretty quick. Used a little bit of stamina to do it, but it was worth it.
Oh, and some huge body shots following the rock from Mixie. And that just goes to show you where his head's at. He gets him rocked to the head and immediately trying to put the damage onto the body. Right. Give him something else to think about, something else to worry about, and then also set up those head shots. And a huge toss is actually countered, and Usman able to get up. But goodness gracious, now you're starting to see Mixie taking over here in this second round, Boiler. Knees to the body, knees to the head. Now he's looking for the uppercuts. Zay trying to fight back, but it's looking a little dicey for him right now. Able to slip under that left hook, though.
I feel like Zay's just trying to fight fire with fire, and maybe that's not the best idea right now. He still has more than half the fight going, and he's, there you go, nice shot.
It might be a better idea.
Stamina advantage. Well, at this point now he has to, I think. He's got to put himself in the corner, but hey, sometimes a cage or a cornered animal is most dangerous. Oh, nice.
beautiful slip into that right hook, and now he's looking to get the ground and pound finish. Is he going to be able to do it?
No, he
quite.
survives.
Oh my goodness,
that was awesome.
great defense there to survive, but he's still in a horrible position because he's got Kamaru Usman on top of him. So good luck. But Mixie able to be very smart, a good fighter, and great work there to get that sweep. Now he's on top in the advantageous position here in half guard. Both guys just trying to trade those shots, get that grapple advantage so that they can be the one that makes the next move to get themselves into a better position. But goodness gracious here, Boiler, what a fight so far.
That is a little demoralizing for Zay. He could have been on top for the rest of that round, try to get some controlled time, some damage, zap the stamina, but no, he's put on his back. Man, I don't know if this fight's going to last the rest of this round, but we got 30 seconds, buddy.
I can almost guarantee it won't, but oh, you said rest of the round. Never mind. You
Rest
20
of the
seconds.
rest of the
I can almost guarantee it won't. I know what I'm talking about, Boiler. Even when I don't know what I know what I'm talking about.
Just trust your instincts, Frank. Trust your instincts.
So. And that's exactly what we just saw Zay do. He trusted his instincts. We were both talking about, oh, maybe he needs to do this, maybe he needs to do that. Zay said, no, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to stay here in the pocket. I'm going to mix things up, and was able to find that beautiful slick into the right hand.
Nice.
And a picture-perfect knockout there for Zay, but goodness gracious, I mean, nothing to hang your head on, to hang your head about there.
I kind of want to see a rematch between those guys at some point. I mean, we got a lot of guys on the roster. They probably won't end up rematching, but hopefully someday again, because that was super fun style matchup, and both guys were just swanging, banging, and big shout out there for Zay and both.
Yeah.
The Usman and the Edwards, man, they were both bringing the pain. A lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. They both brought it in that fight. That was a lot of fun. Mixie showing, of course, that he is a top quality competitor at all times. And like you said, I want to see those guys fight again later on down the road. Maybe potentially they could be fighting for a little piece of hardware, maybe a nice shiny little belt. Who knows, Boiler? I don't know. Let's.
All you need to do is go on like a 3-fight win streak, maybe 4. I mean, they got lost. Each of them had a loss already, but you win 3, 4 in a row, you'll probably have a title shot. So I mean,
speaking of title shots, let's.
You never know what's gonna happen. Keep on grinding, man.
You want to take a little sneak peek at something special that we got back there? If you want to do that, Boiler.
I'm ready.
Let's go ahead and take a look at
you guys are gonna enjoy this.
Yeah. Just something to maybe keep your eyes on later on down the road.
With the appetite a little bit, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. Give it a little teaser. But we're moving on. We've got Trixie taking on Ali in this next fight. Both fighters 1-1. Trixie was a Vegas alumni. Was an ESFL champion, UFC 4. Also won the Venom Invitational. So a lot of credentials, very technical, patient, and dangerous, even when losing. And he's going to be taking on Ali, who was an NEC Nugs champ with multiple defenses. He did lose his debut against Warrior at 151, but was able to get it back against Webcam at 153. He's a balanced fighter, he's a body snatcher, and he's very much a leg kick enthusiast. And looks like we've got Ali using Makhachev, and we've got Trixie using Dustin Poirier in the lightweight division, and this should be a banger, Boiler.
Frank, I'm so glad we don't do mirror matches anymore. You know how lame it was to see mirror matches over and over. There's that whole school of thought that mirror matches should be allowed if both guys want to use it.
Bump that.
Prohibit that. They're garbage. Mirror match sucks. This is way more fun to get these matchups we're seeing tonight.
Absolutely. And Poirier starting things off with a big knee and getting those leg kicks in early. And Ali's going to match one. Gets caught going for the teeth there. And now Poirier starting to unleash with the hands. Lands an uppercut and a hook. And both fighters, starting things off, clashing in the middle, and then taking a little step back to regroup, regain themselves, and figure out what the next move is going to be. Another leg kick lands there for Ali, and it's returned by Trixie.
Well, Trixie's definitely a guy to watch for another chance to get there in title contention, but that was tough. His loss against Dirty Dan. He can't lose again. If Trixie goes 1-2, that'll be disheartening. So see what he can do.
Trixie starting this fight off very focused. Like I said, some very slick boxing. The combinations are landing almost at will. But Makhachev was able to land a decent front kick up the middle there to maybe slow things down. Nice teep there. And both fighters trading those body shots. Makhachev able to get things to the ground. And you got to think this is where things might get a little tricky for Trixie. But we'll see what happens. Trixie is a very game competitor, but now you've got Ali on top with Makhachev in the full mount. So this
you don't want that.
No, you don't.
You don't want that to happen, buddy. No way. Great work, denial there. Oh, this is bad news for Trixie, man. He got more than half a round to go with a fresh Makhachev on him.
And now he's postured up, so it's just only going to get worse from here. The huge shots are landing, but a slip there, able to get himself back into half guard and hopefully out of that dire predicament for him.
This is a very dire predicament at this point. But Trixie's, he's a champ. Vegas alum. He's not going to panic. Even if he loses this round outright, he's not going to try to take too much damage. But I expect him to try to get to his feet here in a second, though.
Definitely. Doing a good job, though, mitigating most of the damage. Only able to land the 1 or 2 postured up strikes there in the past few moments. And able to keep Makhachev, for the most part, out of dangerous positions. But I say that, and he's starting to make his way around to the back. We'll see if... Okay, he's able to fight off that choke. Yep, able to deny that. We'll see if he's able to get up. Nope, not quite. Ali able to continue to keep the pressure up, keep this thing on the ground, and now he's got him in back sitting.
This is bad news for Trixie. He's got the stamina disadvantage right now, and a whole 50 seconds on the clock. He was able to squirm out. He's still on the bottom, but at least he's going to take a choke.
Yeah, exactly. Better to lose the round than the fight, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But both guys remaining patient. Makhachev just staying on top, knowing that, every second that passes, you're just salting away the round, some control time. And also, those big ground and pound shots like that elbow are going to do a great job scoring some points on the scorecards.
Absolutely. Ali, good first round for sure.
Definitely.
Got that. I don't think it's going to be a 10-8. I don't think the judges will give it a 10-8, but I wouldn't either. But certainly 10-9 straight away.
Yeah, definitely a good first round from both fighters. Trixie was able to do some good damage on the feet, but once Makhachev was able to get things to the ground, that's when you were starting to see Ali get a bit of an upper hand. And once again,
man, with that knee to the body, he just got tuned up for his effort there.
But he gave it right back right there. Makhachev trying to come in and get some of his strikes, striking the offense off. But Poirier's so fast and so powerful with these punches. You got to be careful coming in like that. A good slip could have been dangerous if the arm didn't get caught up right there, Boylan.
Trixie don't want to play around anymore, but he's just a little overzealous, and a great takedown. Perfect timing, man.
Yeah, definitely. Ali's doing a great job of timing these takedowns and able to get them down with little to no effort. But once again, Poirier able to use that slick jiu-jitsu to try and get himself into a better position, but that stamina bar is working fast. And now it's gone on his side, but he's still able to get that transition, looks like. No. Ali is actually going to be the one that is able to scramble out of that. And now he's on top inside control, both guys trying to regain their stamina before they throw anything.
You almost got to wonder if he should have. Oh, the Darce. He wanted to escape to back flat instead of trying to lock that Darce in, I would think, potentially. But
you would think, but we'll see what he does. And now he's trying to lock in the choke. Not quite successful.
I thought this would happen, unfortunately. It's
now, once again, Ali in advantageous position. 2 minutes 40 to go. And, not looking great for Trixie, but again, very savvy. Oh, but gets countered into an arm triangle. And now it's looking like he's in a horrible position because look at the stamina disadvantage.
He's locking it in.
And it looks like
it's going to be a desperate escape. It's going to hurt his submission and his stamina a lot. Oh, man, almost finishes in one more of these, and he's definitely done.
Yeah, it's looking it's looking grim right now on the ground for Trixie, but able to keep his awareness and keep himself from going all the way out right there. And now it looks like he's just trying to hang on and just finish this round because
flattens him out. A minute and a half to go. Now comes the ground and pound.
This is not where you want to be. Minute and a half, flattened out with Makhachev on your back.
That accelerated clock feels like triple time at this point. Like every second just takes forever for Trixie at this point. Oh no, no stamina. This is probably undeniable, I think. Oh, he takes Mount off of it. Wow, he's going for GNP instead of the finish there. Maybe he couldn't lock it in, or maybe he just wanted to be a little more conservative, keep position, but still got 45 seconds to work.
Yeah, and Trixie doing a good job of avoiding the damage, because I mean Makhachev in top mount is extremely dangerous, but you know, hats off to Trixie for keeping himself in this fight and keeping himself for the most part out of danger.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna get finished there about a minute ago.
Yeah, exactly. But here we are on our way into round 3, and I mean, I say I've got Trixie down 2 rounds, but you never know what's going to happen. You never know what the judges are seeing, and it only takes one shot.
Stuff. Well, that's the thing. I mean, I definitely down 2-0 in my opinion. Never know what the judge is going to do. So Trixie needs to go for the finish. He was doing well standing up in that second round until he got taken down. He just can't get overzealous. Yeah, exactly.
You know, having some success on the feet, it's just starting to extend those combos maybe a little bit too much, and in that extension is where he's getting timed on those takedowns from Ali.
But also edge.
Yeah, but also great strategic, you know, mix-ups from Ali to get himself into those positions where he can get those takedowns as, you know, as frequently as he is. But huge left hands there in the clinch from Poirier. Now he was trying to get back there, but he eats a left hand for his troubles. Now he's in trouble. He's rocked, trying to get out of the way, and he's able to survive for now, but not in the best position right now here with 4 minutes left. Makhachev goes to the takedown, not able to get it.
Ali came out with some great hands to start that round, man. He really tuned up Poirier. Then he went for the takedown, but got stuffed. But he's taking some shots too, man. Trixie's not out of this.
Well, he's not. And does a great job there getting the takedown denial. Not quite able to get the counter knees off, but I'm sure he's fine with just getting his stamina back and resetting back on the feet here. Oh, but a huge left hook once again causing another injury. Poirier's taking some damage here, but still in this fight, Boiler. Still in this fight, looking to make something happen, but that turning takedown is not going to help his chances thus far.
Dude, this is putting Ali on my radar, and yeah, he probably already should have been, and I knew who he was, but you're doing this to Trixie, man. You're legit. You are legit. Love to see it, but again, Trixie ain't done yet. Look at that stamina, dude. We're starting to see it really drain.
Yeah, and I feel like you might have said it best there, Boiler. This could be very much a coming out party for Ali. You know, some people might not have known who he was, might not have known the pedigree and the degree of skill, but when you see a legitimate competitor like Trixie being tested and being, you know, largely controlled like this, it lets you know the skill of somebody like Ali. So definitely a great performance from him so far. But again, Trixie's not out of it, but these left hooks are trying to get him there. And
we were just talking about this, Frank, how sometimes you just stick to the basic thing because they're like, oh, he'll never throw 7 hooks in a row. You just keep throwing them and throwing them, and it works. It works. And it's like Division 1 and Division 20 sometimes have the same tactics. You can't get too advanced for your own mind. I don't know. Long story short, that was devastating ground and pound. Great work all around. Trixie was game, and he had just really nice work on the feet to start the first round, to start the second round. But he got taken down, got beat up, lost some stamina, had that big choke, lost some more stamina. And, man, Ali, be on the lookout. 2-1. That was a pretty dominating performance.
Absolutely. Congratulations to Ali. And, you know, we know Trixie will be back. So,
for sure.
Yeah, great work there from both fighters. And we continue to roll right along. We're more than halfway through. Make sure you give us a like, leave comments, subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure, you know, you're showing us love in both the Twitch and the YouTube chats. But we're moving right along, Boiler. What's this next fight? We got Conte versus Scarface, right?
Yes, sir. Let's take a look at it. Conte, pronounced Cante, tomato. We're going to try our best. Don't worry, we're not even sure still. Primetime and VFL champ. That's all I need to know, though. So he's at that highest of the high level. Can he really become make a run at the ESFL championship? Well, Conte lost his debut against Dirty Dave, but hey, Dirty Dave is one of the best in the world. Absolutely nothing to hang your hat on or hang your head on. You can hang your hat on his victory to come back against Jinja. So 1-1 for Conte. Do our best. As for Scarface, he's 0-1. He had to fight his teammate, KM Frosty. They were actually the first fight of competitive play. UFC
They're
5 for
already
ESFL.
going here. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there, but we've got
No
Conte
problem.
using Lawler. We've got I'm so sorry. We've got Edwards being controlled by Scarface. That's what his name is. I'm gonna write these down at some point.
Hey,
Anyway,
they actually have the right names on their gamer tags this time, so it actually
Christmas
makes it easy.
miracle.
Usually you can't trust that, but this time we can. So it is a Christmas miracle. Man, I love this version of Lawler. He can stand and bang with the best of them. He's
Looks
just,
like that's
stats
Conte's
are out of. Yeah, exactly. Like he's a great counter against an Edwards who is long, strong, really great striking. Well, Lawler stands toe-to-toe with him easily. Ironically, both of them are a little tentative here. Definitely a more feeling out process than we've seen in fights tonight so far.
definitely. But I think I like the change in approach. You know, you can see that Conte is very much using an all the way out, all the way in strategy. You know, you got somebody like Edwards who is so dangerous with his feet and, you know, so rangy. You've got to either be completely away from him or right on top of him, try and crowd those kicks. And it looks like that's exactly what he's doing right now. And once he gets out of range, he's just kind of, you know, letting them stay there. So we can avoid those teeps like that, because if you start letting those slip through, they're going to zap that stamina or just drop you and finish the fight here in the first round. Who knows how it's going to go here, boy.
Right?
Trying to
Great
get some of
work
those
by
knees
Scarface
off to the
there,
block.
man.
Huge overhand.
Hey, man, Edwards has just got to be one of the best picks in the game. It seems like everyone uses him with great effect. Nice little check hook there, though. Conte's not done with it. And Lawler, he only gets stronger when he gets beat up. We know this.
For sure. And like you said, the lot of Edwards picks. And, you know, I think this kid might have a future in this MMA thing. He's pretty good at it from what I've seen.
From what I've seen. Hey, one thing I noticed, Lawler is in orthodox right now. He kind of switched it up. Obviously, Lawler is normally southpaw. So why did he do it? Not because his leg was hurt. So there's got to be something else behind it.
Honestly, it might just be something as simple as Kante doesn't like fighting in southpaw. I've seen that. It's a lot more common than you think, I've realized. Like, some people are just like, yeah, this guy's left-handed, but I'm just not used to fighting that way, so I'll just put him in orthodox and rock out like that. And, you know, so far so good, I suppose, if it ain't broke. You know?
Right.
He's in
Definitely
there, we're up
interesting
here.
tactic, but exactly. Well, it's exactly. That's how I'd look at it, too. It's like he's doing it for some reason. Why? Not sure, but that's part of his strategy, certainly.
Right, but part of Scarface's strategy right now is just peppering the jabs and, you know, getting that block held down and just chipping away slowly but surely. He's not trying to get it all done at once, and you're kind of seeing like a death by 1,000 cuts strategy here. He's just trying to outland him and knows that eventually one he's going to land is going to be, you know, a bigger shot. He's looking for quality over quantity.
And that's what he got, really. It was relatively even, back and forth. Both guys still definitely throwing strikes, but not going crazy. But we ended up seeing him catch him with that big counter where it actually did stun him. So I guess I got to give that to Scarface, right? Just because of the damage.
I mean, I don't think so, but still, very back and forth. That's why we're not judges either.
No, it's the worst. I can't judge when I'm fully paying attention to that. When I'm doing commentary too, I definitely get sideways. But I think Scarface, you know, came out ahead on damage at least, and that's huge.
But that huge left hand is gonna try and change that narrative so far here in round two. Both guys looking to get out, you know, to a good start here in the second round. But so far, Conte able to get some nice damage off, but Edwards is getting it right back, and he's chipping away at that block help. That's what keeps jumping off to me. It seems like every time Scarface hits him, that block starts blinking. And I look for that to play a part later on in this round and later on in this fight if we get there.
Great point. The maximum block health is down to like 75% at most. It is health down below that even after getting knocked down.
And now is gut check time for Kante, right? Because, I mean, you know, you're at a point where, oh, a nice body kick right there. You're at a point where a good shot can put you out, but you've also got to go get your own offense off. You can't just hang back and wait on it, you know? So, oh my goodness, I thought it was the body uppercut that landed, but no, that was a huge overhand to the head that did all kinds of damage. And oh my goodness, the ground and pound also following up, not giving him any chance to rest. Kante's just trying to survive here, Boiler.
Hey, that's how you survive. Get on top desperately.
And I can't lie, it's kind of cracking me up internally whenever, you know, they get the injury and you hear that cartoon, like, Yeah, exactly. This is
devastating.
But a huge pull uppercut there. Not quite able to get all of it. And you can see though. Oh wow! He tried to go for that jumping head kick.
Jumping, man. Leave your feet and you can get hurt.
Yeah, that was high risk for certain, to say the least. Now, looking for the up kick, not quite there, but still able to regain the feet. Once again, back into orthodox.
He's lucky he didn't get hurt worse than that. I mean, he was in the air and got just jabbed in it.
100%.
Shocked that him. If he got hit with a big shot, it could have been a KO. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, like that.
And it looks like, yeah, exactly. It looks like we're not far off from it now, but okay. Yeah, I was gonna say was able to survive there for a second.
Back with a vengeance, man. he wanted that dub bad.
Sheesh. He said the world was his, and all he had to do was go take it. But
he's like, you guys put me up against my freaking teammate last, in the first card, and then I got suspended. Well, I'm coming out to show that I still belong to ESFL. I ain't playing games anymore, so great work by Scarface.
Yeah, good statement win there by Scarface. The offense looked incredible. Just able to find the counter shots at the perfect times and the perfect locations. And, obviously able to just finish things off with that ground and pound after another vicious knockout. I think he had, knocked down. He'd had 2 or 3 already in the fight. So, just an accumulation of damage. Like I said, fought it slowly and patiently at first and then really turned on the gas there at the end. Got himself a good knockout victory. Congratulations to both competitors. Doubly so to Scarface.
Yeah, and you saw what happened with you really were the one that called it out, Frank. Good looking at the block meter was really getting devastated. Even after just one round, it was down to like 80%. And yeah, that wasn't the #1 reason why he got knocked out there. But it doesn't help when your block power goes down, even in the ground and pound aspect of it. So a lot of fun, man. That was it started off kind of feeling each other out, but became very violent pretty quick, man. So another fun fight in the books.
Exactly. And we got more fun fights coming right up, and we're getting into that main stretch here, Boiler. We've got Zayaf taking on EK Warrior. Both of these guys, ESFL Live Vegas, top 8 finishes. Zayaf, of course, defeated Intro in the main event of 151 and lost to Fadanator, who's going to be fighting for the belt in our main event later on in the 153 main event. But, I mean, what can you say about Zayaf that hasn't been said? Very skilled.
The young prodigy, leave it at that.
Exactly.
The one and only Zayaf, but he did take a loss last card. I don't know. It's been quite a long time, if ever, that Zayaf's lost 2 in a row in ESFL competitions. So we'll see here. But EK Warrior's no joke. Of course,
no slouch at all.
Kings was in Vegas. Some of his family came along. It was really cool to see that support. Warrior versus Zayaf. What a matchup of 1-1 guys, man. This could be a main event at any time. But here we are as the co-main.
And we've got Zayaf using McGregor, and we've got Warrior using Volkanovski, who's able to catch that kick. I was wondering if he was going to go for that takedown there, but not quite. And both these guys starting off trying to get the body work early. And both these guys so strategic, so competitive that they know they're trying to get every advantage that they can at the very beginning of this fight. Huge body kick lands for Volkanovski. And continues the body work, also mixing things up top. A huge pull counter gets the hook, and now Zayaf is rocked, and Warrior once again going straight to the body. I like the way he's mixing that up in there, Boiler.
That was definitely great work. You know how hard it is to catch Zayaf in something like that, but he did it very well. Warrior's just looking very precise right now.
Yeah, throwing very deliberately. Everything's thrown with purpose, and seems to be landing pretty well. But of course, Zayaf firing back, but again gets caught by that pull counter. He's, I'm looking to see what adjustment he's going to be able to make to that later on in this fight, if he's able to get there. Because right now, Warrior's teeing off with the hands, Boiler.
We've been talking about footwork and getting in close and getting out, and Warrior's just doing that perfectly in this fight, man. He's getting in there, pop, 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 and getting out, and he's just like either in or out. He's not in between.
Yeah, this fight feels very frenetic. Neither guy has stood still for more than a quarter of a second, it feels like. And as soon as it slows down, he heats right back up. One guy's in the pocket throwing, he backs up, and then he's getting hit with the return shots. Both these fighters. And now another slip into a hook by Volkanovski. Zayaf rocked once again here in the first round, about halfway through, and things are looking dangerous right now to start things off for Zayaf. But of course, always game, always in the fight. The Warrior right now is looking strong to start this fight off, Boiler.
He's looking so good, man. It's almost one of the best I've seen Warrior look. And his shorter arms, those T-Rex arms of Volk, if you're standing toe-to-toe, those are faster than McGregor. So Zayev just can't be trying to fight in the pocket. He's just going to get caught up.
And now, another huge shot. Once again, mixing things up to the body. Zayev is taking some damage in this first round, but he's probably not rattled. He's probably, downloading things, taking note of the data that he's getting. Or he's getting hit in the face. I don't know, man. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's a very smart,
matter how much
competitor.
experience you have, once you get caught up a little bit, you're going to get a little frazzled. Now, can you get back onto it? That's the question. That's what makes a change. Nice.
And so far, the answer is yes. Able to get his own straight, on the counter as well. Now he's starting to figure out the timing of the defense, and we're in for a great fight here, Boiler, with 25 seconds left in this first round.
I almost got like goosebumps. It's going so well here. 15 seconds left. Warriors just doing work. I will say this, though, Zayev, I've seen him come back from he's been beat down and come back so many times. He's really good at that comeback. But, man, Warriors not going to let that be an easy task at all. Warriors look sharp.
Zayev is great at, coming back in fights that he's been down in before. But Warriors got to be overflowing with confidence right now because – he went crazy in that round. He was able to just land his shots, did a ton of damage, rocked him about 11 times, it felt like. But, obviously Zayev able to avoid getting knocked down and staying on the ground due to ground and pound or what have you. But a very, very competitive first round. But Warriors got to be feeling great about it. As he continues the onslaught, a straight gets through. The head kick almost able to do some big damage, but not quite.
I thought it was a knockout potential off that head kick, man. That was real close.
You can see the head health is very low for McGregor right now. And that right hook is not going to help it. Now he's going to the body and mixing things in as well. And oh my goodness, Warrior is just putting it on right now, Boiler.
Dude, Warrior is so sharp right now. I can't even believe that he lost. Warrior's 1-0. He has not lost yet, so he didn't fight in the last
and he's looking to turn it into 2, and now he's getting that knockdown with that right straight. Zayev able to get back up, but he's up against the cage against a very dangerous, very game Volkanovski. He's looking for the counter, but right now the way Warrior's fighting, I don't know if it's going to come because Warrior's just been so crisp. He's been able to throw very precisely, able to land almost at will. Seems like everything he's throwing is landing, and Zayev might be scrambling a little bit. I don't know. Obviously, he could be cool as a cucumber on the other side of that. From where I sit, I know I would be freaking out right now, Boiler, as another right hand slips through the guard, and he's able to slip and get the elbow, just not enough steam on it. And now he's up against the fence. This could be it, Boiler.
Dude, Vulcan full mount
trying to finish it. And that's it. Gets it done. Gets it done.
Oh, man. Warrior, dude. He looked so good in that fight.
EK Warrior with a phenomenal performance against Zayev. Goodness gracious.
Man, I know EK Bossman's out there smiling, seeing his boy do that type of work out there, man. Great work.
EK Warrior is smiling because he just did that to Zayev, who is one of the most accredited competitors that we have here in the ESFL. A top-level competitor who will, of course, be back. We know that Zayev is going to find a way to put things back together and put together a strong season. But for right now, EK Warrior's got to be riding high, sitting at 2-0, feeling great. Just got a fantastic win over Zayev. And, hey, man, congratulations. That was a wonderful performance by Warrior. I don't know how many other ways we can say it, how much more we can say. That was fantastic. And if EK Warrior keeps fighting like that as we continue through this season, he could find himself in some title contention. Speaking of title contention, Boiler, why don't we, in case anybody missed it earlier, let's take another look at the ESFL title coming soon.
There's some goosebumps for me on that, man. That is just like a 14-second clip or something, and it's just like, damn. Cannot wait to see who actually gets the real-life belt. One for each console, by the way, Xbox and PlayStation, Frank.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, but the way it works is whoever holds their title in the ESFL season for the longest is going to be the one who's awarded the belt at the end, correct?
Yes, so long story short, whoever wins tonight is not necessarily get that belt, the real life belt. Now, gives them a leg up on everybody. Whoever on each console has the most title defenses gets it. If there's a tie, then we'll have those two guys, or even if it's three, I don't know, maybe even a round robin. We'll see. Long story short, though, you win the title, you defend the title. Whoever comes out on top of the most defenses will get that belt sent right to their home. And if there's more than one, there's a tie, we're going to have them fight it out in a grand finale. So really looking forward to that. We're going to have a lot more on these belts and some more graphics and video and other fun stuff to really whet the appetite, man.
For sure. So keep your eyes peeled for all that, and keep your skills sharp. Maybe you can be fighting for the belt sooner than you think. All right, so moving on, we are into our last 3 fights. We've got Dirty Dave taking on Easy Work right now. And quick note, Boiler, all 6 competitors in these last 3 fights are all undefeated.
Yeah, all undefeated. Only 2, Fad and Yerda, were able to get the championship bout. But this is how I look at it. I'm not a matchmaker here, Frank.
Correct.
Obviously, matchmakers are up to. Really, of this co-co, which we're about to watch right now, and then the next fight, the co-main. The 2 winners of that, one of them is going to be up for the next title shot. But who's it going to be? It's more of like, how do they win? If one of them wins a boring decision, one gets a great victory, maybe that other person will get the title shot next card. But first, you got to win, Frank. So let's have it.
Absolutely. And starting things off, first things first, shout out to Dirty Dave and Easy Work for having gamer tags to match your competitive names.
All right.
Y'all got it, bro. And starting things off, we've got Easy Work really putting some pressure up against Dirty Dave, really backing him all the way up to the fence. And you would think that you would see that from the other side of Volkanovski to maybe set up some grappling, but right now Easy Work just looking for that offense. But got to be careful on those body shots coming back from Dirty Dave, because he's looking to slip those in, and he's doing a good job of it thus far, but eats 3 huge shots for his troubles there. Oh my God! Bro, you can't do that. Stop it.
This is the exact opposite of how the fight we just saw. Even though it's the same matchup of fighters, it's completely different with Easy Work. McGregor here, just huge kick. I always feel like when people use McGregor, they need to throw some kicks here and there.
100%.
Especially at this featherweight, right?
Especially, I was about to say, especially, man bun braided counter. Oh my goodness, the huge left hand.
And throw that left hand too, because it does a lot of damage. Holy cow, dude. Dirty Dave's
that left hand short.
Man. So everybody knows Dirty Dave's one of the best out there, but he likes to fight methodically. He gets a fair amount of decisions. This is not how Dirty Dave usually fights, but he's coming back strong.
And when in Rome, do as, I guess. He said, okay, we're not going to be able to get this methodically, or maybe we will.
Nice.
Just need to get that shot to get some confidence back, and then get back to what he knows. Get back comfortable and get things on the ground where, as Volkanovski, you can absolutely press on a Conor McGregor. Like, this is where you can find an advantage and potentially take the path of least resistance.
Nice.
Of course, Easy Work could be a fantastic fighter on the ground. It just all depends. We're just going to have to see how this thing plays out, boy.
True. Even though stats are a big part of the game, it's the actual skill of the player that means the most. But it's not where Easy Work wants to be. And Dirty Dave, just great job biting down on the mouthpiece, throwing some big shots, and then bam, going for that takedown. Right when he thought it was gonna be a slugfest, goes for the takedown.
Yup. And now he's got him on top in half guard. Easy Work trying to get to the sprawl and is able to do so.
Close.
But not able to get up, and that's going to burn a ton of stamina. And yup, now Volkanovski was going to try and look to get a choke in, but Easy Work does a good job getting that denial.
There he goes, 38 seconds. I guess
Now
he did not want to use the muscle modifier to try to get backside there. He did not use it.
Did not, but now able to get things back to the feet and trying to keep that pressure up like he was doing so well earlier in the round. Excuse me, 10 seconds left in the round. Both fighters cut open, and both fighters pretty well even here through 5 minutes.
Bowing each other. I like it. I like it. Easy Working. Dirty Dave. Great fight to start.
Absolutely. I say pretty well even, and then he showed me the stats. I forgot that he knocked him down twice. I don't know where I was.
It was fast. It was like that first minute or two. It's just like bam, 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 bam. And then, he had some good action after that. But He had a super fast start for Easy Work there.
This card itself is just melting away, man. All these fights have been so fast-paced and so frenetic and so high energy that just makes time go by. And that massive left hand will also make time go by.
Hey, man, if you need, guys, any of you out there didn't get a chance to watch this fight in its entirety, go check out the YouTube. We always have the VOD. There's a big shot there. Easy Work. Good work by Easy Work. By the way, Easy Work beat Bone doing work in the Battle of the Works, ESFL 151. So he's keeping that title here, it seems.
The Work Bowl.
The Work Bowl. Oh, yes, there you go. We still got a lot of time left in this fight, but I don't think we're going to get out of this round at this rate again, Frank.
Yeah, I doubt it, man. 3.5 minutes left, and neither of these guys seem to have any interest in making it that long. Both fighting like they're double parked. And looks like right now, Easy Work is having that advantage, trying to get that huge front kick off again. Not quite able to find a home for it that time.
I was literally about to say, is Dave going to try to go for another takedown? But nice stuff there, but Easy Work on that, stuffing that low single.
A good job there. Catching that, getting that denial, because that single seemed like it was just at that range where he can catch you slipping.
Right, exactly. I like to do that a lot.
And he starts firing off with the hands. I think it was the uppercut that dropped him, but there was about 4 shots that all landed flush there for Easy Work, and now he's just trying to see if he can put the finishing touches on this one.
Man.
Nice left hook.
His nose is shattered. His nose is shattered.
Oh my God! It looks like he's gonna fall off.
I think so, man. It looks like some Michael Jackson surgery is needed here.
And it looks like he's trying to perform it with only fists.
He don't feel nothing right now. He'll feel it the rest of his life probably, but he's still
oh my goodness, another left hook able to get the drop. And yeah, right now it looks like Easy Work is just trying to get this finish and trying to put some showmanship on it so he doesn't have to worry about, he's trying to put himself ahead in that title contention picture.
Right, exactly. It's not just winning, it's how you win, but can't get too fancy. Dirty Dave can easily turn this around, so Easy Work can't get too comfortable.
Yeah, it almost feels like he's starting to get a bit comfortable, doesn't it, Boiler? Because like you can see Dirty Dave starting to get the timing on some of these slips and able to land a nice takedown there.
Only 35 seconds left, though.
Still, at the very least, he can do this to ensure he'll survive the round.
Yeah. Great point. Get that nose worked on. I don't know what he can do to fix the nose.
I don't know.
Blow the nose, though. We know this. That'll make it worse.
Yeah, don't blow it.
Dirty Dave's stamp is hurt, though, too. So when he had that busted nose, it's a worse effect. But he did survive. And that's huge, man. Because it didn't look like he was gonna at some point there.
No, that nose is hanging on by a thread. 3 knockdowns in that second round, and like we said, right now, Easy Work is looking like he is in the driver's seat and just trying to bring this thing home. We'll see if he's able to do that, or if Dirty Dave is able to construct the roadblock that he needs to prevent that.
I guess the question is Dave gonna keep it to stand up fair or try to bring it back down? If he brings it back down to the ground, he's got to do it with at least a couple minutes left on the clock, so he can't.
Yeah. If he's going to try and get this thing to the ground, he needs to do it sooner than later and try and get some of that ground and pound. But, oh, my goodness, I don't think he's going to have that opportunity.
And Easy Work's like, hell no, I ain't going down there. We're standing.
At this point, I think the damage is just too much. And a well-timed or well-placed counter from Easy Work will pretty much seal this one up. But you never know what's going to happen. That's why they fight.
Exactly.
In any given moment.
Never give up in this game.
Oh, there it is. The uppercut from Easy Work seals it up. I mean, just put a stitch in that one. That was a great performance from Easy Work. I mean, he found his striking rhythm early, it felt like, Boiler, and just once he found that rhythm, there wasn't much that could be done to take him out of it. I mean, Dirty Dave did everything he could to try and, take the fight to the ground, switch things up, come at different angles, just what have you, but it just seemed like everything the Easy Work was trying to do was landing. And, for that, he was able to get that spectacular knockout victory. Congratulations.
He started off so strong in that first round. He got that, super quick knockdown. I don't think Dirty Dave was ready for that. I believe it was from punches. Then, just a few seconds later, front kick to the face. caught Dirty Dave. He probably thought he was out of range, maybe, and just boom, 2 knockdowns super quick within just like a minute or two of the first round. Puts Dave a little bit back on his back foot. He calmed himself down and got in some good positions and did some good damage too, but it was just a little bit too little too late. And once he started to get, like you said, get that extra damage, not only does it affect your stamina recovery, but you get bopped there on the nose again, and it does compounded damage. So it's just a little bit too much to come back for. But I thought it was just crazy that we had the Zayaf and Warrior fight of Volk and McGregor.
Right.
You know, hair bun one. McGregor, whatever you call him, a featherweight. Then we had the same matchup here, and they were just like completely opposite fights.
Yeah, exactly. And that just goes to show, you know, it's all a matter of who's controlling the person, because it's a different fight every time.
Absolutely.
And also, like you said, it just makes me so thankful that we don't have to worry about mirror matches, because now we can see even more of that skill coming to the forefront. Because yeah, nobody wants to watch Israel fight Israel. Like, you're never gonna turn on the TV on Saturday and see that, man. So
there's like 100 Peter Yan versus Peter Yan fights in UFC 4, and eventually I was like, okay, we're not doing this anymore. But anyway, dude, great fights all around. Like, no fight has been boring tonight. I haven't seen like any cheese either. I don't know. I'll have to like go back and evaluate it. There's someone who always complain about something here and there, but no one's been doing any cheese or any gimmicks at all that I've been seeing.
No, I feel like today's a day where if there are any complaints, it's about the commentary. And hey, if we're the problem, I feel like that's just fine, right, Boiler?
Yeah, Frank. I like it. If I'm the problem, that's a good thing.
Yeah, we can fix that maybe. Moving on to our co-main event, we've got winner XJ taking on Frosty MMA. This should be a banger. What do you got for us about these guys, Boiler?
We'll take a look right here. Winner XJ's got 1 win. Frosty's got 0. So they fought each other once, at least on these accounts tracked, and winner's got the advantage. Winner XJ's ranked 3, he's 2-0. Frosty's ranked 5, also 2-0. Frosty, he beat Scarface, who we saw earlier today, get it done. And then he took out Zay. Question is he really a title contender? Those two guys, hey, everybody in the ESFL is tough, but okay, 2-0. Well, now we're going to place you up against someone that's really legit with Winter. Winter, he actually came in week 1 of Xbox, which is ESFL 151. He was a late replacement against JC21, who we saw earlier today. And as we know, JC used to be a champ, right? And Winter XJ came in with just like an hour notice, if I remember correctly, and won his debut. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. He also won the 300-pound tournament with the VFL, our British friends across the pond, and also took part in Zayev's tournament. So Winner's got a lot of credentials, and Frosty's trying to prove that he's legit and needs a title shot.
Yep, and Winner's starting things off using that Adesanya reach, trying to get that push side kick to get a little bit more space, but Winner's just right back on top. Not Winner, sorry, Frosty. So this might be like an ice bowl, right? We got Winner versus Frosty. But
hey,
yeah,
man,
no.
It's late February. That's about right.
I live in LA, so we don't have Winner here.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, both these guys really getting things going. Frosty, of course, trying to use the massive power in the hands of Pajeda, while Winter is trying to bend the styles with Israel Adesanya and just try and get that striking off, mix things up, and just be that unsolvable puzzle. But right now, both guys, it's funny. These, the tallest guys in the middleweight division, and they're content to stand on a napkin in the middle of the octagon and just trade.
They are. I think that would be an advantage for Frosty, for Pereira.
Yeah.
They're just standing in a phone booth.
You would think, but, the knockout that Adesanya has over him was from the phone booth. So, like...
Okay. That's why they fight.
That's why they fight.
True. Ooh, good work.
Yeah, exactly. Good work right there. Getting those long limbs moving, man. But Pajeda right back. And he's trying to throw hammers. He's trying to get a lot more of those heavier hooks and uppercuts and overhands to land.
Oh, beautiful there.
Huge damage like that. Already starting the swelling in the eye of Israel.
Well,
excuse me.
It looks like Frosty's coming out to win, but as soon as I say that, commentator curse. Winner with a very nice counter right.
Absolutely. Finding that slip, and you got to think that's going to be the path to victory for Israel Adesanya, right? You got to but try and find that slip and use that head movement to your advantage and get one of those counter shots in there.
So in the phone booth, if he's slick about it and counters in the phone booth, totally something Adesanya can do. But he can't just like start throwing hooks, hook for hook against Pereira. Probably not the best idea to not move your head.
That said, he's doing a great job, you know, smacking at that block, knocking that health down, giving himself a bit of a smaller hill to climb later in the fight. Nice work. Both guys doing good, breaking that block down.
Close match, dude. Looks like Frosty's been hurt a little bit more, but I feel like he's landed a little bit more. So this is a toss-up round, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
My
very
uneducated eyes.
A massive, massive spinning heel kick blocked there towards the end of the round.
Wow, look at that. Same
Extremely
amount thrown.
close.
Holy cow! More significant strikes there. Looked like landed by Winner, maybe by Frosty. I think.
Yeah, it looked like Fader was actually a bit more accurate, but I mean the fight's so close. You know, you got to start looking at those small margins of separation, like accuracy and aggression and octagon control, right? I don't even know if those are factored into the game's judging, but you get what I'm saying.
I found that damage is definitely the huge component. After that, you know, raw numbers landed. Hopefully accuracy makes some sort of difference. I'm not sure.
No, who knows? And a huge uppercut right there lands for Adesanya, and another one drops Fader. Not looking to finish this fight, not quite able to do so. As Fader is able to retake his feet, but now he's getting some huge shots to the body there up against the cage, able to try and back out a little bit. And you got to think he's looking for something heavy to swing back right there, try and get some momentum back, right, Boiler?
Great work by Winner, but then right after that, he threw 3 or 4 strikes in a row, missed all 4, getting a little too over-aggressive. And when you get a knockdown, you get that adrenaline rush, and you want to get that finish. You got to not get caught coming in too easily like that.
He's got to be careful. He was looking like he was about to slip into one of those shots. Very fortunate that he didn't do just that.
It's literally, you know, one frame separates consciousness from unconsciousness in this game sometimes. So
the margin
every little bit counts.
It's so small. The margin is so slim for error that it's almost non-existent. And, you know, fights like this will show you that. You know, Frosty has not had a bad fight by any stretch of the imagination. Winner has not had a bad fight by any stretch of the imagination. But both of these guys are seemingly one shot away from getting finished. And we're only in the second round, halfway through, 2.5 minutes to go. And another knockdown right there for Fader. This fight is bananas right now, Boiler.
Wow, it's over.
And it's over. And now it's done. Off the TKO victory from Frosty.
Step back, my goodness. Perfect cross right to the face, caught him right on the end of it. Use that length. Beautiful work. And then the ground and pound, baby. You got to finish it strong. He wasn't like, oh, stand up, let's get back on the feet. He's like, I'm coming in for the finish. And he did it, Frank.
Yep. It's like I was just saying, man, the margin of error is so slim. One shot, it just leads into all this. You know, it snowballs so fast, and you got to be on 10 at all times, which is just like why you can't say enough about the mental fortitude of these competitors, because, like, I get in that situation, I'm freezing. I'm just throwing buttons. I'm just, I don't know, you know, and exactly. But they're able to, you know, stay composed and stay on top of it in that fire. And, you know, just then, Frosty was able to stay a bit cooler under pressure than Winter was.
There you go. I knew you
I'm
had
sorry.
That one. That's all right. It was a good one. We only used like 1 or 2 analogies about Frosty and Winter, so that wasn't too bad. That was a fun fight. We're gonna have to pick a fight of the night somehow, buddy. Like that
100%.
in the rankings. We had a few others. I know you're in charge of this, by the way. So hopefully you've been writing all that.
I have been writing. Do I get final say, or can we like put a poll?
I'm giving you final say, man.
Oh boy.
I have veto power, maybe, but I there's been so many awesome ones. I don't even think I could choose one. So I'm kind of like passing the buck to you, to be honest.
Well, I will let you know this power will go to my head, but that's another story for another time.
Yeah,
moving things on.
We trust you with this power.
You should not. You absolutely should not. Speaking of power, we are looking to crown the first king of the Xbox landscape here in the ESFL UFC 5 season. And it all comes down to this, Boiler. Before we get into it, let's take one final look at the ESFL title belt. Just real quick, real brief. Just had to take one quick final look at the ESFL title belt before we get into our first title fight on the Xbox side of things. The main event here at ESFL 155. Show some love in the chat if you've been with us this long. Follow us, like us, subscribe us, all of that good stuff. Make sure that you are staying involved and interacting with the chat and giving us some love. But it's time, Boiler. Fadanator versus Yerda for the Xbox Championship. How are you feeling about this fight? What are you thinking?
Woo. First title fight of ESFL in UFC 5. Here we go. We got Fad. He and his team, well, Flow State Kings combined with the Dons became Flow State Dons for the team competition to end UFC 4. And guess what? Fad went 7-0. He himself swept it. His team pretty much ran over everybody as well. So everybody knows Fad. Everybody knows that he, deserves his title shot, to say the least. But Yerda is no joke. CW supremacy. That's what he calls it. He's a Lawler merchant. We don't get to see Lawler in this one, but come on. Yerda and Fad, these guys have had some historic matchups in the past, and I think it's the perfect matchup for the first Xbox title of UFC 5, man.
And we are underway. We've got Fad using McGregor, Yerda using Poirier, and Fad starting things off right hook, left straight, able to land that twice, but Yerda able to pick that up, able to land some counters, and now both guys just trying to figure out where their first counter shot is going to land. They both are trying to get that that slip, that pull counter, and it's just a matter of who's going to bite first.
Love to see these, two southpaws going against each other. Always a unique matchup. And Poirier and McGregor, that's always a fun one. Whenever I play, I'm always the Poirier side of this fight. So I'll kind of be rooting for Yerda a little bit there, maybe.
Generally speaking, I am too. But, they decided not to put this game on PC for whatever reason. So I'm just on the outside looking in. We're not going to talk about it. But anyway, a nice slip there from Poirier. A nice slip there, able to avoid the right hand from McGregor. And McGregor able to avoid the left and the right from Poirier. Both guys are so sound defensively. You really got to think to be able to land a shot on either of them. But Yerda, both guys able to drop the other one's block, and neither one able to really chip through it. And you can see it's like a fast feeling out process, right? You can tell that they're not going 100%, balls to the walls, but you can also tell that, like, they're trying to stay on top of things and not let the other one get any momentum going as Yerda lands a nice left hook up top.
Fad's leading the dance, and he's being super precise every strike he's choosing.
Oh, a nice three-piece.
Countered. Another commentator curse right there.
As is tradition, right?
Absolutely.
That block looks like it's in bad shape right now. Fade's staying right on top of him and lands that left hook. Now Poirier's hurt.
So Fad is every strike is on purpose. He's not spamming 3, 4, 5 strike combos. Like, he's just touching them, and then depending on what happens is if he follows up or not.
Exactly.
He's catching them, but he's also not overextending himself. He's kind of working that block, slowly chipping away. He's done some damage to the nose as well as the eye. Fad's off to a great start here.
Yeah, both these guys have actually done quite a bit of good damage here in the early going, but all of it, oh my goodness. Oh, and the uppercut there.
Never out of the fight, though.
Ever. I was just about to say all the damage is showing up on Yerda, and it hasn't really started on Fade, but literally as I'm saying it, there it is. He gets cut open and then dropped.
Instant.
Yeah, it's instant. It's immediate.
Love it,
oh my goodness, and a huge right hook and a left hand. That combo has been money so far. And another left hook able to drop Yerda. Is he going to be able to make it out of this first round here in this championship fight, Boiler?
The timing by Fad is perfect. He just delays just enough to set him up for the next one. That's what he's not queuing punches up. He's just timing it perfectly, but he gets caught too. Beautiful, man. This is fun. This is fun, Frank.
Absolutely. Both these guys are cooking in the early going, both landing huge shots, both able to get out of the way of some others, and a lot of intrigue here in our first title fight. For
Poirier elbow is really what landed the best one.
Yeah, able to land that.
We got 5 rounds here. I don't think we're going to make it that far, but you got to wonder if either of these guys wants to take it to deeper waters.
We're not
I don't
making
think they're concerned about They're not concerned about that either. This is for the belt, man. No holds barred.
Oh,
wow, that was great work by Fad. Holy cow! I'd be knocked out about 8 times just from that combo.
Yeah, exactly. But somehow Yerda able to get that block up, able to stay in this fight. And you can see how good
our
the
inaugural
defense.
champ, man. Who's going to be our inaugural champ? Fad's after it, but you're just holding his ground pretty well.
Yeah, but that left hook holding his ground pretty well, and then he goes and gets a nice face full of it.
I swear I don't control the world that much, but apparently I do from a commentator curse point of view.
That's what it feels like. But right now, Fade's got this thing in control and looking to get that finish. Is he able to do it? Yes, he is. And our champion has now been crowned. Herb Dean with an insane tackle right there to get Connor off of him. But yeah, wonderful fight. That felt very Hagler Hearns-esque. Just the entire time it was going was fireworks. That left hook was what started spelling the beginning of the end there for Yerda. McGregor able to get those follow-up shots, get that ground and pound, but I mean, that fight was, it could have gone any way at any time. You know, it just felt like they could fight 5 times today and we would get 5 different results.
Great point, right? I'd like to see a best out of 3, best out of 5 with that one, but it's fortunately best out of 1 here in the ESFL, at least in this competition. So Fad, congratulations, man. The inaugural Xbox champ for UFC 5, and he adds his name to the top of the list of who's going to actually get a real-life belt. But it's not over yet, man. He's got to defend it. We got several more cards to go. We haven't determined exactly when the season's going to end, but there's going to be at least another 10 Xbox cards. So everybody else out there that's a contender, you still got a real good chance to get your name up there, but Fad is out to a great start.
Yeah, because honestly, when you look at it, this is just step 1. This is just step 1 for Fade. You got to win the belt, and then you got to defend it more than anybody else. So, you know, off to a great start. Got that title win. Now let's see how many defenses he can rack up. See if he can end up taking home that real life title.
The question is, who's he going to fight next week? And that's up to the matchmakers. You know, people got to sign up. Not sure who's available, but, you know, can anyone dethrone him? And, you know, who's that matchup going to be? We got a couple guys put their name in the hat, I think. So we're going to find out. Frank, dude, great card, dude. I had a lot of fun with you.
I had a lot of fun as well, Boiler. Before we get out of here, I'm just looking over my notepad here. I'm trying to figure out who do we want to give this fight of the night to. So real quick, just a refresher. Our nominees are Sicko versus Ken Muir. We got Fonty versus JC21. We've got Frosty versus Winter in the Ice Bowl. And then we've got Fadanator versus Yerda in our title fight. Again, not the longest fight, but it was a banger the entirety. So had to throw that one in there.
It's so tough. That was the performance of the night there, I think, by by the champ, Mr. Fadanator. But the actual best, most competitive, craziest fight of the night, I might have to go with either JC and Fonty or Ken Muir and Sicko, man. Both of those back-to-back were great prelim fights, but I'm going to defer to you, dude.
I think I'm leaning Fonty and JC. I think we should give them that one. That was just a fantastic
fight.
Right. And I gotta give you a slight rebuttal though. I think my performance of the night goes to EK Warrior because he came out and really put himself on the map with a fantastic performance and a fantastic win against Zayev. So definitely somebody to keep an eye on going forward as we continue this season. But I've had a great time here with you, Boiler. Do you have anything you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
Not much, man. We got the PlayStation card next Sunday. I believe we actually have that card right now, so we can announce that and see who's going to be fighting for the PlayStation title next Sunday. What do you say?
I believe you're correct. We do have. There it is. There's a look at the PlayStation card that we're going to be bringing to you next week. The dating might be a little bit wrong, but hey, next week's not February 25th. That should be your main signal.
Sunday, March 3rd, PlayStation. It'll be ESFL 156. We got Bang Bang Bowlies, 2 guys fighting it out. We got Leaks the Great versus Wavy. A lot of other fun fights too, but there's a PlayStation title on the line. Same place as always, ESFL Gaming on YouTube and Twitch, 2 p.m. Central next week. Make sure to be here.
Sir, and we will be here, and we look forward to seeing you guys. But until next time, Thank you for joining us. I've been your host, Frank No Stream. I've been joined in the booth by my man Boiler, and we will see you guys next time. Take it easy.
First event for UFC 4 with the ESFL, us. My name is Bailey and thank you for joining us tonight. We have a stacked fight card for you this evening.